What is up, Axie fam? This is going to be a really exciting video and also a quick video because I noticed that a lot of the people that make these videos explaining how to get better at playing PvP, they just explain things very thoroughly, and I think some people like that sort of stuff. Sometimes I just like to be told what to do. We're gonna start with a very basic principle: counting energy. Everyone knows counting energy is important, but use a physical object to do that. I think a lot of people try to do it in their minds, and then they have to think about the cards that got used, and by using this, you just free brain power to count cards, which is actually the second thing we're gonna talk about. So I like using dice. You can use a piece of paper. I've seen people with like bracelets that have different units, and they use it to count. Anything that is easy, handy, can be close to you while you play. I think it really amps up your possibilities. The second thing, counting cards. It doesn't make sense to explain counting cards if you don't understand how the axiie deck of cards works in the first place, right? So here, first of all, you have 3 axies. Each axie has 4 skills, and you have 2 cards of that skill in your deck, which means every axie is going to have 8 cards, which totals 24 cards. And I have a deck of 24 cards here for you guys to see. And the way it works is you pretty much draw 6 cards at the beginning of the game, right? Which means out of these 24 cards, you will have 18 sitting around, and you buy 3 each turn. So if you think about it, you will need, if you don't draw any cards during all of your turns, you will need like 5 turns to draw your entire deck and start redrawing, which means usually up to the 5th turn, it's very unlikely that someone can play the same card 3 times unless he has that card in multiple axes, right? And this is really important, guys. For instance, you see someone just like using 2 series in the first turn. Probably means you can be very safe, not really caring about your energy in pretty much all turns up to the 5th, 6th turn. Obviously, if an axiie dies very early, things can change because you cannot draw cards from an axiie that is dead, and you kind of speed up how fast the enemy is going to draw cards from the mid and considering the axiie in front is the one that died. Let's take this game I played at 2.5k MMR today. I am playing against a plant that doesn't have Sirius, but the enemy has an energy steal and an energy destroy card, which can be very frustrating if you don't play around it. As you can see, he destroys my energy in the first turn, but I also take 1 back. Knowing that he can destroy my energy and that my hand is pretty decent, I decide to use all my energy this turn, and he doesn't use anything to steal. I make a bet in the next turn. I don't really like my chances using any of my cards, so I pass, and he only uses cards from his Terminator. And from this point onwards, the chance that he still has another Goda to destroy energy and rise to steal energy increases dramatically. So I make sure to use all 5 energy again. Only 2 in the fish because no snail shell was used up to this point, and then damage with the Terminator. In the next turn, he's yet to use any of the energy burn cards. Is it ideal for me to attack twice against a 25 HP plant? No, but the swing that stealing an energy at this stage can cause is huge, so I bite the bullet, and there you have it. He was trying to debate me, since he waited so long to steal my energy, either because he did not have it or because he saved it. Not only he doesn't kill my aqua, but because I also shoot at it, I made sure it was going to be up, and I just win this 2 versus 1. Counting energy with a physical object allows you to use brain power to think about all of these small things. I really feel like this one is one tip that a lot of the YouTubers kind of forget to talk about. Just play a lot of Axie Infinity. Don't play only your games where you have energy. I actually feel like playing a lot of games when you don't have energy will allow you to increase your MMR by quite a bit, just because, first of all, it's a numbers game. The more games you play, the higher the chance, if you know what you're doing, you're gonna climb overall. Playing with no energy being involved allows you to not care about SLP, make mistakes sometimes, and learn with those mistakes. And I think this is something very underrated. Obviously, if you don't have a lot of time, maybe watch content creators, watch streams when you have idle time. I think that can help you a little bit. And that actually kind of transitions really well into our next tip, which is watch replays. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. The The Axies on website actually allows you to watch replays, but for some reason, I was not able to do that in Google Chrome. And then, I think I was playing for pretty much a month, and I was really pissed that I couldn't watch any of replays. But when I open it with Microsoft Edge, for some reason, the replays work. So this is really important. Maybe if you were not able to open those replays, try to use a different browser and use the letterboard to find players that have similar axies than you, so you can get a feel about how they go about playing in general. You know, you can either find a streamer that has a similar deck to you, or you can look at the letterboard and see if obviously probably their teams are not going to be exactly like yours, but you know, if it's either a Terminator or if it's a beast, plant, a bird at the end, triple aqua, whatever it is, I'm sure you can find someone that at least resembles your team. Another very important aspect of playing Axie is the order of cards. Have you ever thought about the perfect play only to have a stun or a cute bunny destroy it? Think about that example I showed you from the beast that could destroy energy and steal energy. You never want to use the destroy card at the beginning of a combo, or else you might burn the energy you could have stolen. Overall, there's a bunch of good habits you can develop when it comes to the order of the cards that you play. I never use Sirius before Pumpkin, for instance. Maybe you're attacking a Terminator this turn and understanding how much shield he can output with different combination of cards to make sure you output as much damage as possible comes from thinking about the order of cards and just playing a lot. Maybe you have a card that buffs the damage of your Axie. You don't want to cast that after you use your DPS spells. Stuff like that can sound very simple, but when you actually start layering all of the things that we talked about in this video, it can get very complicated and overwhelming. So you can tackle each of these things one by one until you feel very comfortable destroying people in the arena. And don't rush it, guys. This game takes a while to understand, but that's why the game is so good. It's very challenging. What is up, everyone? Thank you so much for watching the video. I know this is not like super high level stuff, but I also feel like most people watching are not, 2.5k MMR players, and I think there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to digest, and it took me a while. Like, I was, 1.5k MMR 3 weeks ago. So hopefully that helps you in your journey, and I'm so happy to tell you guys that we are opening our bot tomorrow. Right now we have about 24, I think we have like 65 people combined that either paid for the beta test or are already here willing to start paying to use the bot. I want to talk just a little bit about it for you guys. We have 3 main features right now. The first one is this one. So I actually got 37 notifications just today from different builds and archetypes that I inputted in the bot, so that if it finds a good deal in the market, it tells me about it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a good deal, it just needs to be a new Axie being added to the market. And I know a lot of people right now are like, I'm not sure about Axie Infinity, the SLP price is so low, but I think like if you were kinda interested in playing and joining the game, this is literally the time to buy Axies because they are very cheap right now. And I think a lot of people are just trying to dump them because they are scared, because some people invested maybe more money than they should have invested. And I think this bot really could allow you to find a good deal. And yeah, it costs a little bit of money, but I'll tell you guys about how we're pricing this. So this is the first feature, all right? And it's gonna cost 1 coin per hour. So let's say you set up an alarm and you want to be notified every hour, which means it's gonna cost 24 coins a day. We're selling 750 coins for 0.01 Ethereum, and you can get much better deals if you buy them in bulk. So about our other uses and features. So the breed section is amazing. It's probably like our best feature right now. So here, this guy that is paying for the beta test, he added 2 different axes here, and you can see that not only we can get a feel for the average price of the overall offspring, it also shows all of the probabilities. So these are the most likely probabilities that your Axie will have. And this is already by itself really cool, but we will add an even bigger function, which is going to allow you to input how much you actually paid for the Axies, because if you're selecting Axies from the marketplace, it will use that price to discount whatever it is from the calculation. But you can also input how much you paid even if you bought the Axie already, and it will add that to the calculation. Here you can actually see how much you might get if you breed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 based on all of these probabilities. And the third feature, which is pretty much the alarm section, but you only use it once, is our search feature that has R1 and R2 filters. So it's really easy to find axies that are kind of weird, right? Sometimes you have this axie that you kind of want to breed, but to get another one with similar skills is really expensive. So you can search for only 2 or 3 of those skills, and provided they have good R1 and R2, you can still have like a decent offspring, and you can even test the axies that you find using this feature in our breeding bot, so you know you're 100% sure it's gonna be a good fit for you. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting us. We already have so many people. We had like 20 people that paid for the open beta. I was really impressed, and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's still a little jaggedy, so that's why we're not, you know, charging that much money for it. But we're really excited that you guys are interested, and I hope you guys like it. Please make sure, you know, to send feedback. There's gonna be video tutorials, because the bot, you know, is not the easiest thing to use, but we do feel like it's very powerful when you understand how it works. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one.